never got into this.
Yeah, he could have said something about Islam, got no reaction, and then would have moved on.
This is just so good, though.
That's classic. That's one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen in my life.
I'm posting this meme alone is one thing, but then making this comment at first and then just posting this without any comments is just it's so good. Oh boy.
Wow.
Anyway, he goes on mocking this guy Sneeko because he starts responding to him as well, because he recently started cuddling with Muslims while he's also part of a neo-Nazi political campaign, which is very ironic. Then he started making these tweets, which I don't know, this is just getting strange. I find it weird to read this from a liberal. I mean, the worst part about the Islam arc is all these people in my DMs named Ali who are men.
Because he's but that's funny because now he's just making fun of the name Ali, like Ali, because it's a girl's name.
Yeah, but this is funny. This is normally not something that you would see from a Western liberal. Often, no, yeah.
But then with the skull and crossbones, like what?
Wow. Then he keeps posting. He says, "Allah, please keep me safe from these infidels."
That's awesome. I'm mailing you, but look at that stuff. I'm mailing you pipe bombs. Yes, this is a terrorist threat.
Wow.
I'm gonna find you. Notice it's like they've got like 3 or 4 different ways to attack him, and then let's just keep doing these 3 or 4 ways until we find out what works.
Yeah, and the hair. That's it.
Hair.
The funny thing is, he actually he did the blue hair apparently as part of a charity for children or something like that. That's why he had his hair dyed blue. Not sure about the exact nature of it, but that's how it happens. And this is just funny because for different reasons. There's this guy saying, "Hearing Destiny makes me shake my head and honestly be thankful that I'm not a complete dumb ass." Then here's a scam account saying, "Let's talk. I have something for you." And this guy's like, "What's up, bro? What do you want to chat about?" Like the guy who just said, "I'm not completely dumb." Anyway.
There we go. Hakikachu.
Now here, Hakikachu responds to him and comes with this brilliant, amazing logic that he always employs and says, "I hope Muslims realize that Destiny is the embodiment of the liberal establishment. He is a Reddit tier liberalism personified. When he mocks Islam, he's just saying out loud what all liberals quietly think. They pretend to tolerate Muslims, but they would genocide us given the chance."
See, they're the real genociders.
The genociders.
Destiny wants to kill 1.6 billion followers of Muhammad.
Yeah, this comes from the guy who believes that Islam should be imposed on the rest of the world, that Muslims should fight the disbelievers and enslave those who resist or kill them, have blasphemy laws, kill apostates. He's also somebody who made this tweet. So, I mean, how will you do something like this and then respond with such anger to somebody who makes fun of a prophet? This is a Daniel Hakikachu tweet from the past, which is somehow deleted. "Oh man, I missed the International Day Against Homophobia. The best way to celebrate such a beautiful, momentous, important day is the Muslim way, recreational base jumping." He pretends to be making a joke where he references the Islamic practice of throwing gay people off high places in humiliation to their death. And he posts this on his Twitter account. This is a thing that he celebrates. And then he's so worried about a mockery of Muhammad and thinks that liberals want to genocide them or something like that. You know, the same liberals who invite them all over. And Destiny rightly responds with, "Killing people for adultery and apostasy for this guy is a-okay, but posting meme pics of the Kaaba is a step too far, lol." Yeah.
The priorities are interesting.
Definitely.
But notice, I mean, because it is really weird, right? Like, you've got this entire community and you ask them, what's the worst thing in the universe? What is the absolute, bar none, worst thing ever? And it's making fun of Muhammad. And you say, okay, if making fun of Muhammad is the absolute worst possible thing that could happen, should you be provoking people who will make fun of Muhammad in response? Should you be doing that? Should you be egging him on? Should you be sending him threats? Should you be insulting his wife? Should you be insulting his hair, knowing that every time you insult him, he insults your prophet and your religion in return?
Of course, eventually they will be scared and back off.
Yeah. In the meantime, everyone shared a bunch of hilarious pictures of him Minecrafting the Kaaba. Was it worth it? Were the insults worth it? Were the death threats worth it? Was it worth leading to all this additional insult of your prophet and your religion that never would have happened if you hadn't been egging him on the entire time?
But David, eventually he will stop because he will be scared of the big power of Muslims.
Power, and he'll convert once he sees
the light. He will convert.
Once he sees Andrew Tate step out of prison, he will see the power of Top G.
And that will only have happened because he had a pure heart all along. So Allah brought him to Islam, and that's how it works, man. We go on, and he's like, "Can Elon Musk do something about my DMs? LOL." And it's just more and more direct messages from Muslims. What? Constantly bragging about shit. Oh yeah, well, okay. Their beef with. What? I didn't see this tweet. I don't know what this is about. I am interested to interview you about Islam Destiny. Oh boy.
I'd like to interview him too. If he wants to come on and talk about the whole situation with Destiny,
bro. Sorry, Muhammad Alal, would my joke have been more acceptable to you if her name was Aisha instead? I'm not sure about the context here, but it's nice to delete evidence, you pedo. Funny.
Wait.
Okay. This is actually where he
All for women. At
he
what
makes a
age?
joke here
Oh yeah.
about a girl who apparently had a picture that looked very good, and he says, "At what age did men start flirting with you?" And she says 10. And Destiny then jokingly says, no matter if you think this is a very tasteless joke, he says, "Oh, you were hot at 10? Any pics?" and he gets a lot of anger in response for this joke. And Muslims then bring up this and say, "You are a pedophile. You're a pedophile."
Yeah. Now, but I mean, think about this, right? So he's joking, and you could I would not joke like that. I would not joke like that. So I understand going, hey, dude, do not joke about sex with a 10-year-old. But my goodness, if you're a Muslim and you know your prophet had sex with a 9-year-old girl, should you be using this as your objection? Oh, he talked about a 10-year-old girl. Should that be your response? No, you should not go anywhere near the entire topic so that the topic never comes up. But they can't resist. It's we'll attack you for this. We'll try this. We'll try this.
This is a pretty sick joke, but it's dark humor. It is not something. It is not reality.
The point was he was not actually, apparently, I mean, we don't know, but I find it difficult to believe that he was actually advocating sex with a 10-year-old. People who actually think that would usually try to keep that a bit more quiet, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's clearly against it. He talks against it. This is clearly a joke, and they pick this out and say, "No, you are a pedo," in order to defend their prophet Muhammad, who actually went and married a 6-year-old girl, that sex with a girl who was 9 years old. So in response to that, Destiny says, "Sorry, would my joke have been more acceptable to you if her name was Aisha instead?"
So you and I aren't entirely familiar with him, but someone in the comments, someone in the chat said Destiny always jokes like that. So apparently, this is just a joking style. So let me get this straight. He makes jokes, and then you bring up the jokes as insults against him, and then he's going to insult your prophet in return. And they just keep doing it. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he got banned from Twitch because of acts like these, because of pretty messed up jokes. And I mean, I have been following him for maybe a few months, 2 months or so, and all I see is that he has a very, very sick sense of humor. And if you bring that up in response to him making fun of Muhammad as a pedophile, then you really have a problem, man.
Yeah. I mean, guys, keep in mind. I mean, all he could say, hey, I was planning to court her and marry her as my second wife. What would be wrong with that from an Islamic perspective? And I mean, keep in mind, he, even in the joke, he's talking about a 10-year-old. I mean, Muhammad literally goes up to a 6-year-old and says, "God gave me a dream that he's giving you to me as my bride." Says that to a freaking 6-year-old. And somehow these guys understand, hey, there's a problem. This guy's talking in a sexual manner, even joking about a 10-year-old. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have to stop there. You'll recall, AP, Muhammad said the same thing about a baby. He says, once you're old enough, I'm going to marry this baby.
According to the Surah, he said that, yeah.
Yeah, and what would that appropriate age for marriage be? 6? Oh, hey, well, wait a couple of years and marry this baby. Let this baby reach the ripe old age of 6 so I can marry her.
I imagine that according to the early Islamic accounts, the early Muslim stories and depictions of Muhammad, the holy prophet of Muslims actually looked at a baby and said, "I want to marry this one." A baby. And then burns him up right here, because then they started talking about him because he's got that video of his wife licking some dude's cheek or something like that. And then so I had to look up that word cuck a while back when I needed to use it for something. I was like, what? I don't know. I never understand what some of the words mean. It was like 2 years ago, and I would ask my sons. I'd be like, "Hey, this guy just called me a Chad. What do I say?" And they're like, "No, that's good. That's a good thing." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was ready to fire back and stuff. But so look, now they blasting him. Calling him a cuck. That's someone who would watch his wife do something with someone else. Yeah.
And so they bring that up when, according to Muhammad, you're on home, you peek through the door and you see some guy having sex with your wife. What do? I mean, you don't know the situation. He could be raping her. You don't know what the situation. What do you do? Do you rush in? No. You leave. You leave. And you go find a couple people. You're like, "Hey guys, come here. We all need to go watch this. We all need to peek so we can all be witnesses for when this comes to our Sharia trial."
Guys, come here. This guy is having sex with my wife. Come watch.
Guys, come watch this. Let's all go watch until we're all on the same page that we've seen enough. We've seen the evidence, and then I'll say, "Hey, you, unhand that woman, my wife."
Well, nowadays you could probably, as it is happening, take out your phone and make a video,
live stream,
and show it to your friends or something, and then say, "Hey, let's go and sue them."
Oh, yeah. So they keep attacking him based on something that he can just instantly flip right back on their prophet.
Yeah.
My goodness.
They don't put very much thought into the things that they say.